A dating app could be a good start, but on another note, just
The next topic related to weddings, before getting married, of course, like finding a partner. So nowadays,
yeah,
a lot of
interesting.
people actually find their partners through dating app. So, and dating app has been a while for at least like 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe, 10 years ago, they starting to grow, and then maybe the last maybe 7-8 years, people like use it more often, and it's growing. And there's a lot of apps where the guys search for the girls or the girls pick the guys. Yeah, so what do you think about that?
About dating apps?
Yeah. Do you use one?
I've ever used dating app. I think dating apps are so watermelon, guys. I think for me, especially as an introverted person, going out there, meeting strangers I barely know, or even got, what do you call that, connected through a friend, I think it could be very challenging for me. So sometimes, yeah, I feel like dating apps are so watermelon. Because you know why? Because dating apps, you can sort, you can choose, right? Because there's like dozens. I know there's a lot of people there, and the good thing also is because like for some dating apps, I guess you can actually see mutual friends, and when you connect to each other, like for instance, you both swipe right. Means like you want to try to connect with them, right? So there's things to talk about. Oh, I know there's this mutual friends. Oh, you've been to this place. Oh, you studied here. Oh, you went here. So there's a lot of topics and you can talk about rather than meeting people like you barely know offline. So I think there's more things to talk about. It's not really pressuring, I guess, because you can just reply anytime you want, kinda. Also, many choices, and yeah, you can just talk about it at night. No one's rushing you. Yeah, I think it's a watermelon, guys. What about you?
For me, to be honest, I think I downloaded the app like at least maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I download the app, and you know, like when all your friends download the app and you just follow.
Yeah.
And then I think I just like looked around, but I didn't really swipe. And then like a few of my friends actually did swipe.
Yeah.
And I think it's just for fun, but I never really like really swipe and chat, I never.
Right.
I because I'm pretty scared, like what if you meet, I know you should meet in like public
Places,
places
yeah.
and stuff,
You should.
but back then, maybe now too, I'm just scared.
That's why the thing about it.
I'm
Sometimes
just scared, like more like, okay, meeting the person.
if they're not real.
No, not real is okay. What if like they're a bad person? What if they scam you and stuff? Like I know there's a lot of cases on this case, but because I'm a girl, personally, I'm scared. So
I understand.
I just don't use dating app. But I used to see like how it is, but never really like okay and text.
But somehow, when I play dating apps, I would choose someone. I would swipe. So the probability of me swiping right is when I see, oh, this person has mutual friends with me. So then I can feel a bit more secure, knowing that, oh,
this is someone's friend.
Yeah, so I can just anything happen, I can just ask this friend. So yeah, you need to do background check first, guys.
True. But I know a lot of people actually meet online. Like I have a few friends, they actually meet on the dating app and they get married.
I know, right?
And they have kids.
And they're not bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not that bad, but
they're not bad. I mean, if you look,
just be more cautious.
Yeah. Be more cautious. Like a few of my friends told me when they first met the partner on dating app, if he's a guy, he will pick up a girl, right? So the girl will not stay at home. So she will send a location to the nearest like convenience store, and then the girl will be there, and then the guy will pick her up.
Oh yeah.
And then when the guy drops the girl back, it's either if the girl feels convenient or safe, then drop at home.
Yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
not, then drop back at the same
True.
place, and
True.
then yeah.
Agree.
So the guy doesn't
Agreeable.
know her house,
Yeah.
and they will always only go to public places like
Mm.
restaurants,
Yeah.
movies. Yeah, and only after a few dates, and then if they feel comfortable, then yeah.
Yeah, if the spark's there, let's continue this. So yeah, I mean the good thing about dating apps is also you can actually talk to multiple people. So then you can know which one speaks to you more or speaks to each other more. I think that's a good side of a dating app because like if you meet offline a lot of like you meet for instance you meet a lot of guys like a couple guys it will be very exhausting, right? So if you just first you actually sort them out by texting first, I think it's just better, I think.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, for the first step, yeah.
But to be honest, I still prefer looking through mutual friends
Yeah, but
because at
it's
least you have
harder
a
now, don't
reassurance.
you think so?
It
It's
is,
harder
it
now,
is.
right?
Unless you have friends like, please ask them to introduce me to someone, like, and then the friends will look and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Because getting older, I realized the pool of friends who's actually single. I mean, there's a lot of single people still, but sometimes when you go, like, when your friends are getting married, like A is getting married, B gets married, sometimes their friends who are actually not single is getting lesser too. Do you realize that? Like, I realized that, like, when you hang out or you have a friend getting married and then her other friend is also getting married, then apparently their circle all is married, so no one is single. So if you're the only one single, it's very hard for you to find like guys through this friend, so you have to find through other
Oh, the
friends.
other group of friends.
Yeah, and then sometimes this other group of
Right.
friends also have the same case, so maybe dating app is actually a solution for that
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, it can be a solution. I
Yeah.
agree, I agree.
And a lot of people, the thing is, also with dating app, most people sometimes use it for scam, which makes people
Yes. So do more background checks,
do more background
guys.
checks and be careful.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I have a few friends getting scammed, like, through the dating app, and then
Fake profiles.
and then this girl asked him, "Can you please buy my? I'm selling cakes."
Ah.
So the girl asked the guy to buy her cakes and stuff, and he actually bought it.
Okay,
And after
interesting.
because the guy knows, like, okay, I think this is a bit scam. So after one time on date, buy the cake, one cake, and then just cut off,
Right, 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 right. Yeah, that's important to do background checks.
Yeah.
I agree. And also, like, if this person doesn't really speaks to you in a dating app, you just don't have to reply because you're not in a place where you guys meet. So you can
And
just leave.
don't
and
share your
know.
personal information.
Never, never.
Never.
I sometimes no. I've ever also been on a dating app. I use my real picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I use a fake name just in
Okay.
case. But that's just like one of those times. But the other one was like real name, real thing. But I want it to be real, but I just don't want people to know my name first, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I know technically I'm lying, but I'm not lying as I don't fake my face or my body, my education, my do no not date of birth, my age. But I just fake out my name because I think that's just privacy for me.
Have you ever used a dating app and when you meet that person, it's a totally different person as compared to
Thank
your...
God I've never found that case. Thank God. Never. If that would happen to me, I would be more scared, more cautious, and probably I wouldn't do dating apps again. But thank God I've never got scammed like that.
How many people do you meet through your dating app?
Honestly, quite a lot.
Oh!
Quite a lot. Quite
And
a
then,
lot.
okay. Going through deeper.
Okay.
Like, when you meet them, do you go out to, like, eat lunch or, like, dinner, or... And then, like, who pays for those
Right.
when you...
Ideally, I would rather rather meet in a coffee place because like it's more simpler and you can always make excuses like if you have to go somewhere, have to have dinner plans, have work, etc. I think it's a good place. But if you already know you're very interested in this with this person, probably you want to invite them for dinner. But to ask whether who pays, obviously as a guy, you would no discrimination or anything, not being sexist or anything. As it's for me, probably I will say that I'll pay for the dinner. But if the other person feels uncomfortable because knowing like maybe they're not interested with me or something, they want to make it even somehow, then I also don't mind to
Split the bill.
yeah, split the bill. So yeah.
Like most of the time, do you pay or do you split the bill?
For the first date,
No, yeah, most of the time. Like, do you?
like the first meetup,
Yeah.
I'll pay.
Oh.
But it depends on the place you go. If you arrive first in a coffee shop, sometimes you pay by your. I mean, you
Oh
just
yeah,
pay
pay
what
by
you
yourself. Oh,
get,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Mostly, I would rather meet in those places. But sometimes there's gonna be some, other people that I met that would do the offer to pay. And that's all right. That's fine. That's fine for me.
Do you feel obliged when they pay? I mean, do you feel obliged? Oh, I should go for a second date to repay because he paid
That's
for
the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing when it comes to like the other person or me saying, "Hey, I also want to pay." Sometimes in the back of my mind, I would say, "Oh, this person, or I am not into this person." So rather than us making fuss out of it, let's just say a goodbye with this. So none of us will get,
So just split the bill and
yeah, or I'll pay you by cash.
okay.
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
Because okay, yeah, interesting.
It's just like it's just a good reason.
Courtesy. It's a good courtesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the thing about it for me, I sometimes feel easier to talk to strangers more than a friend, other than best friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can open up to them more, knowing that maybe I don't have to meet them again.
Strangers.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, second thing is like when you meet new people, there's a lot of things that you can talk about and a lot of things that can actually blow your mind and things get escalated quickly. I mean, as if it's so exciting, the topics are interesting. We probably vibe or don't vibe, but there's probably a slight argument, a funny arguments or not. So it's always a good experience to meet strangers or sort of like that. So I enjoyed those times. Yeah.
Do you still do that now?
No, not really. Not at this current time, but yeah, I mean, sometimes when I go to some places, or let's say, example, the gym or anything, someone would, talk to me and ask if we can be friends later on. And sure, I enjoy that because like I love making friends, making new friends. But yeah.
I think I agree with your part where you meet strangers, it's easier to share.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they don't know anything about you.
Exactly.
And they cannot, and like you have more things to express about yourself.
Yes.
If your friends, sometimes you feel like they know you, so, and if you do something bad or something not good, then they will judge you,
Yeah.
or like comment on like,
True.
oh, you shouldn't do this, that. And if a stranger, when you explain from your point of view, maybe they will try to understand.
Yeah, I think that too, because like example, you have a question that you're in such a dilemma, you want to ask a question. If you ask your friend, you probably will know what they will answer. A stranger, in other hand, they don't really know you, so I think their response will be more fair, not biased, right? So yeah, I sometimes like to share to strangers more because of that.
And another thing is because when you share to strangers about yourself, then they will not try to kepo you.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
About your best friend, they'll be like, "Who are you talking about?"
Yeah. Yeah, I think the answer could be more genuine, I think.
Yeah.
Than some friends. So yeah.
Right?
I like the idea of dating apps. If it could also not be a dating app or a friend app, I would probably 100% download that.
Do you encourage like nowadays teenagers, like the Gen Zers, to use dating app?
It's not that I encourage them, but like if you know your people out there, you guys that are probably very kind of like introverted person and you don't know where to start, maybe a dating app could be a good start. But on another note, just be careful, be more cautious because you never know who they are. They could be different people, they can have a bad motive. So I cannot really say like I kind of encourage them, but it'll be a good start if you're those people like me. Yeah. But always do a lot of background checks somehow.
And I think another thing about dating app is like the movies and Netflix, the one about like the guy manipulate for money and everything.
Yeah. Is it a Korean drama? Oh, the Korean show?
I think I can't remember. I think there's one Western show and
Oh,
one
okay,
Korean
okay.
show. So basically, don't ever lend money to strangers.
Yeah.
Even sometimes your friends or like you have to be very picky on who you lend your money to because money is a very sensitive topic. Even your colleagues borrow money. Sometimes it's just sensitive stuff to talk about, you know.
Yeah.
And if you lend money to someone you know, if they don't pay back, it's gonna be a bad relationship.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to lend the money, might as well say no.
Yeah.
You know, especially strangers. You don't even know them. Why would
Yeah.
you bother to lend them money or give them money
Hmm.
and get scam? And who's lost? Your
Your
loss.
loss. Also, another hand on top of that is like, make sure if you when a couple dates with this person from a dating app, make sure in the early stage, make sure that you ask him or her to introduce you to their friends so that you know who their friends are, make friends with them, see their circles, because that's very important, because then you will know, oh, who this person is, because it's important to do this background checks. If you see, oh, these friends are nice people and that you have mutuals with them, it's just way better than just complete strangers that you don't even know, I think.
Agree.
Mhm.
And I have a story about dating apps.
Why?
So there's this one time I read on Instagram, like they have an account. So the account is followed by all these women.
Yeah.
And then I think there's one like admin, and she posts stuff about like this guy. So there's this one guy who actually scam a lot of women.
Right.
And not just scam money, he got them pregnant. Not just getting pregnant. Some of them don't get pregnant, but like those HIV stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And then like I can't remember like how they meet, but I think it's somewhere online. And then so this Instagram page is only about talking about this guy, like what this guy did, that and stuff, and then stories about how this guy met this woman, and then this woman share about how they met, and then how she got scammed for this and that, and how he got her pregnant, and then apparently after got pregnant, then the guy left him and stuff, and then not only one, so there's a few women get scammed by the same guy, and this guy always changed his profile, like his names and everything. He always changed. Yeah, and I don't know how nice is the guy is when they met him, but like I read a few, like they were saying like, okay, so they meet, and then at one time he came to the rental house there, yeah, like kos-kosan, and then they're only in the room, and then things happen. Yeah, and then then the guy starts borrowing money and everything, and then after one time, and then the guy asks for more, and then when the guy
that is bad. So you should know if.
And the guy asks for more, and then after that, when the girl doesn't want to give, the guy like threaten and something, and then suddenly just leave.
Yeah, if you already see the traits
red
from
flags.
Yeah, super red flags. So you have to be more careful about this person.
Yeah. So it's better not to meet them, like you said, not just meet them, but meet their friends. So yeah. Because I think in this case, they only met this guy.
Yeah.
So but it's just scary, until they can actually meet an Instagram account to talk about this guy. Mm-hmm. It's just scary, don't you think? Like, there's a lot of victims happening. Like, I pity them, and the one I read, one of them actually got pregnant, and I feel empathy to them. Like, they could have done better, but who are we to judge, right? Like, exactly. So yeah, things happen. So be careful. Be careful. Agree. It's a scary world. It's a scary world out there. Like, you never know. Like, people just want to meet for one night stand, for your money, to scam you for money. Yeah. A lot of people actually. True. Especially nowadays, young people like to do the pay later. Mm-hmm. Like, like you buy online, but you pay later. Yeah. So that actually is also part of, like, must be careful about that. Yeah. Because when your friend starts to do all this pay later, and they say, oh, can I borrow like 1,000 for pay this and that, and then they don't pay, and then suddenly the collector calls you because your number is on your phone, or maybe they use
Right,
your account.
right. Your identity, right?
I
Your
heard
IC
nowadays
card.
people like to borrow their friend's account
Yeah,
to pay
yeah.
later,
True.
and then they cannot pay back. So the one who get bad credit is your friend too.
Yep. True. I heard about that.
Yeah. So you have to
Hmm.
live below our means and
Mhm.
just make sure we can pay for, yeah, and don't get scammed. That's the most important, because you work hard for the money, you don't get scammed.
True.
Like, keep your mind to yourself. If someone else wants to borrow, say, oh sorry, I need to use the money for something else, this and that,
Yeah.
and that, you know.
Or just give a little bit that you can, and just never think of, you
If
just
you
give.
exactly
You
if you
don't
give
lend.
if you give, you have to, if you lend, you already have to think of it
Yeah.
as giving.
Yeah.
You can't expect them
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. Even though it's a little bit, at least you help. That's a good
Yeah.
motive, right?
but you don't expect them to pay back. Yeah.
If they pay back, it's a good thing. If they don't, then you already know because you accepted from the from the
Exactly.
beginning. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Good talk. Any more topics?
Any more topics?
To be continued.